The first thing I really remember, is the silence in the car. Not peaceful silence. Not the kind that soothes. It was the kind of silence that presses against your chest like a weight, making every breath feel like you're disturbing something sacred. Every blink felt intentional. Like if I closed my eyes, I might miss the exact second everything broke. We were driving back from her parents' house. Alina sat in the passenger seat, gazing out the window like the pine trees we passed had more to offer than I ever did. Her fingers tapped on her thigh. Not a song, not a rhythm, just nervous tension in motion. I noticed it. Always noticed. I didn't. 3 months earlier everything had been different. She used to lean her head on my shoulder when I drove. She used to sing along when Fleetwood Mac came on, loud and out of tune, especially during dreams. I didn't mind. But now, she didn't even twitch when I reached for her hand. Didn't blink. Didn't flinch. It was like I'd become background noise. The first crack in the glass, the one that couldn't be ignored, came on a Wednesday night. She was in the shower. Her phone buzzed once. Then again. Then again. The name said, Nathan, work. But the preview of the message was nothing professional. Asterisk, I can still taste you. Asterisk. I wish I could say I stayed calm. That I took a deep breath and gave her the benefit of the doubt. But the truth is, my world narrowed. My heart didn't race. Stop. Completely. That stillness. That unnatural, weightless stillness. It only comes from betrayal. I stood there holding her phone like it was a lit match. Like I was watching my house burn from the inside while holding the key to the front door in my hand. Too late to save it. I didn't say anything that night. What do you even say when you realize the woman you built your life around, the woman you defended, cooked for, trusted, wants to be devoured by someone else? The days that followed were a haze of poison. She started laughing harder at her phone than she ever did at my jokes. Left earlier for work. Came home later. Wore perfume she hadn't touched in years, the one I gave her for our 2nd anniversary. She said she found it in the back of the drawer. Said it made her feel pretty. But I knew. Because love notices absence more than presence. Then came the night everything shifted. She came home at 1:17 a.m. Makeup smudged. Hair tangled. Shoes in her hand. She smelled like cigarette smoke and mint gum. I was sitting in the dark living room, no lights on, just waiting. When she saw me, she jumped slightly. "What are you doing up?" she asked, her voice flat. "Waiting." "For what?" she muttered, walking past me without looking back. That moment, that cold disinterest, told me everything. She wasn't afraid to lose me. 2 days later, I couldn't hold it in anymore. She was in the kitchen pretending to answer emails on her laptop. Wearing the gray sweater I got her last Christmas. The one she used to say felt like being wrapped in me. Now it just hung on her like a lie. I stood in the doorway, rehearsed and numb. "Who's Nathan?" Her eyes flicked up. Her pupils shrank. Just for a heartbeat. Then she gave a quick laugh. Almost lazy. "You mean Nate. He's on the marketing team. We're working on the new rollout." I walked to the counter, placed my phone down and opened the screenshot. "I can still taste you," I read aloud. "That part of the rollout too." She stared at the screen. Something in her shifted. Not guilt. Not fear. Annoyance. "Wow," she muttered. "You went through my messages." "No," I replied. "Your notifications decided to confess." She didn't deny it. Didn't apologize. A scoff. "So what now, Josh? You gonna cry?" Guilt tripped me into being a better wife. That was the moment something in me broke. Not with rage, but with clarity. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just stared at her like I was trying to find a trace of the woman I loved. But she wasn't there. Only this stranger with my wife's face and a venomous smirk. "You've been cheating on me?" I asked, though I already knew. A shrug. Define cheating. I almost laughed. Sneaking around. Letting another man do whatever that was. Mocking me in my own home. And then she folded her arms and said it. "Maybe if you weren't so boring, I wouldn't have had to look elsewhere." That line, casual, detached, shattered me more than the affair itself. I didn't say another word. Just grabbed my jacket, my keys, and left. The last thing I heard was her muttering. Good. Maybe now I'll get some peace. I sat in my car for an hour. Didn't drive. Just existed. The wait wasn't just heartbreak, it was clarity. The woman I would have taken a bullet for wouldn't have flinched if I disappeared. I didn't go home the next morning. I parked outside a gas station 2 towns over, got terrible coffee, and sat in front of a laundromat watching dryers spin like they could hypnotize me into forgetting. Around 10 a.m., I texted my friend Dylan. "You free?" He called 30 seconds later. Told him. He didn't say much. Just silence, the right kind this time. He said I could crash at his place. When I showed up at his door, all I had was a duffel bag and the look of a man whose life had been rewritten without his consent. 2 days passed. Then Alina finally texted. Not an apology. Not a single ounce of regret. Are you seriously going to act like a child and ghost your own wife? And that's when I understood. She didn't see the damage. Or worse, she saw it and didn't care. I replied. You made your choices. I'm giving you space to enjoy them. She left me on read. The next day, she walked into Dylan's house without knocking. What is this? She asked, arms crossed like she was the victim. You run off, and I'm just supposed to pretend everything's fine? You cheated, Alina. She rolled her eyes. Oh my God. You act like I murdered someone. People do worse. Actually laughed. Breathless, bitter thing. So that's your standard. At least you didn't kill me. Then came the dagger. You never made me feel alive, Josh. You were dependable, sure. But passionate. Exciting. You're just routine. And I was suffocating. I stepped closer. You could have said something. You could have talked to me. Because I knew you'd play the victim. Just like now. No remorse. Just cruelty. Detached venom. That night, I told Dylan I was filing for divorce. Filing those papers felt like removing a knife from my back. Slow, necessary, and agonizing. At the lawyer's office, every signature echoed the same truth. She had left long before I walked out. Days later, I returned to the house to pack. She wasn't home. There were lipstick-stained wine glasses on her nightstand, a second toothbrush in the bathroom, a hotel key card under the bracelet I gave her 2 years ago, room 241. I didn't need more proof, but there it was anyway. Later that night, another message. You didn't have to be dramatic. We could have worked it out. I didn't reply. The next morning, she posted a photo on Instagram. A blurry rooftop bar. Nathan's hand on her waist. Her smile wide. No caption. Just a champagne emoji. She wanted me to see it. Wanted me to hurt. And for a while it worked. But it also gave me the clarity I needed. A week later, she texted asking for the Hulu login. That was it. No apology. No reflection. Just a password. I didn't reply. Then the twist. Nathan messaged me. Didn't know she was married, man. I'm out. He sent screenshots. She'd told him we were just roommates. That we hadn't touched in years. Built to keep her thrill going. I didn't respond to him either. Instead, I stared at myself in the mirror. Was I really that blind? But blindness doesn't come all at once. It's a slow fade. One red flag at a time. Until you're standing in the rubble of your own denial. I wasn't perfect. But I showed up. And she threw loyalty away like trash. I started therapy. Sat with Linda, calm, warm, honest. I said it out loud for the first time. She cheated. But what hurts more is how easily she let me go. That's when healing didn't start, but cracked open. I blocked Alina. Renamed her Netflix profile. Enjoy. Petty. Maybe. But small victories feel like air after drowning. Eventually, she sent one last email. Subject: closure. Body: I know you hate me. I just want to talk. No drama. One last time. ***. I stared at it. and deleted it. Some doors are meant to be slammed, not closed gently. That night I slept 8 hours straight. For the first time in months.